A terror plot foiled as the FBI charges a Pakistani citizen in Canada with planning a shooting in the Jewish Center in New York City in support of ISIS. Prosecutors say the suspect plotted to carry out the shooting on the one-year anniversary of Hamas' deadly attacks in Israel. But he was caught just 12 miles away from the northern border this week. Here to react, Fox News contributor and former Secretary of State Mike Pompeo. Mr. Secretary, great to see you this morning. Thanks for joining us.
Charlie, great to be with you.
You know, this is really extraordinary, and obviously it points up the importance of actually, having a border and enforcing it. But you're also somebody who knows something about being targeted by foreign adversaries on domestic soil.
Well, Charlie, what you can see from this is this risk that so many of us tried to put out of our minds. I think so many Americans forget 9/11 now 2 decades on, coming up on the anniversary here in the week in front of us. And the risk that's inside the United States is very real. We saw the FBI director talk about red lights flashing. We know that we have millions of people inside of our own country from all over the world. We have no idea where they are, who they are, or what their intentions are. The heightened terror risk inside of whether it's Canada or the United States is very, very real. And the task that we put in front of the FBI is very difficult. And the fact that we still don't have control of our border makes the risk of this greatly increased over the coming days and weeks and months.
It's kind of astonishing how much time they spend worrying about things that aren't related to this, when this is obviously should be their top priority. But I also wanted to get your reaction to this. Starting on Monday, the House is teeing up the China Week with floor votes aimed at combating the CCP espionage and economic advances. As former Secretary of State and former CIA director, you warned the White House put blinders on as China has infiltrated our government. What do you mean by that?
Charlie, the Chinese Communist Party has had a concerted, determined, massive effort to infiltrate government at every level of the United States and, frankly, the private sector, too. So city governments, city councils, school boards, county commissions. We saw what happened in the New York governor's office, where they'd had a Chinese spy operating at the very senior levels of the New York state government for an awfully long time, and no one figured it out or even wanted to look. Governor Hochul just kind of looked away. She had to have known that she had a problem there. This risk that the Chinese Communist Party is actually here, inside the gates, working against our government, winning friends, conducting propaganda campaigns, and undermining our institutions and our government is very, very real. In 2020, I gave a set of remarks to the National Governors Association, where the Chinese Communist Party had rated every single U.S. governor, whether they were friend or foe or were working on them, basically. They are working against every one of those leaders, and they are not taking it seriously in places like New York and California, where we've seen congressmen get too close to spies. We saw a former senator have a adversary working inside of her own team, her own staff. This is a real risk, Charlie, and this will end badly if we don't get our hands on it. And if Vice President Harris were to become president, I doubt she would take it any more seriously than she has for these past 3.5 years.
You know, and it's really remarkable when you consider, obviously there's a very coordinated effort by China to infiltrate the highest levels of the government. But there's also evidence that they have, they're sending armies of people just across the border because the Biden-Harris regime has just allowed the border to remain wide open.
Charlie, we all know that most of the fentanyl that has killed so many Americans all across this country comes, at least the precursors, come from China. We know that we've got fighting-age males in the hundreds and thousands from China coming across our border. That is not an easy route. If anybody who ever tried to travel to China, that's hard with commercial airlines to do so and sneak across our border is very difficult. And so there is a determined effort. This is not random. This is not just a bunch of folks seeking freedom. This is a Chinese Communist Party effort, whether it's propaganda on social media, fentanyl coming across our border, who knows what terror campaigns working inside the government. This is a concerted strategic effort against the United States. And the Biden administration shut down the Department of Justice's China initiative that President Trump and his team had put in place. Our risk is much higher today than it was 3.5 years ago, Charlie.
Truly grave threats. Thank you, Mike Pompeo.
Charlie, thank you. Have a great weekend.
You too.
I'm Steve Doocy.
I'm Brian Kilmeade.
And I'm Ainsley Earhart. And click here to subscribe to the Fox News YouTube page to catch our hottest interviews and most compelling analysis.